and great day, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to many of our family members that are around the globe. Of course, I am Marrian Sister Efua here checking in with you on this Wednesday Wonderment. Here's what I want to talk to you about today here on the Wednesday Wonderment. Our company is called Exponential Existence. We are a personal mastery and business development company serving individuals across the globe to be able to repurpose, reclaim, and revitalize their beliefs, behaviors, practices, and actions in such a way that they're able to have a life, what's called holistic prosperity, reciprocating, rewarding relationships. They're able to have financial assurances as well as increased spiritual awareness and activation. Now, today, our conversation is going to be resting on the conversation of a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Welcome to all of you that are joining me on today. If you're listening on the replay, make sure that you listen and go ahead and get you a glass of water and some notes to take because this conversation is simple and it is about the wonderment. The mind is the best place and the best way that you can enjoy wonderment, imagination. The quality of your life is contingent upon how your mind perceives and takes action or not take action based upon what you pull into your mind. So those of you that are listening, you're also going to get an opportunity at the end where if you want to learn more about how your mind works, how this actually can benefit you by utilizing this moments of wonderment, you can go so over to exponentialexistence.com/connect and you can sign up and we will send you a free audio that walks you through this whole process. All right. So again, I'm Marrian Sister Efua, and I'm a holistic prosperity lifestyle alchemist and of inner engineering. Today's conversation is saying the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Now, that's not something new and original for me. That actually came from a slogan, a very popular slogan that existed from the United Negro College Fund. Now they call it UNCF, right? To support the progress of African Americans going to college and having money to do so. But when I heard that, one of the things I thought about was the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And how much do we really use? We know that scientifically they have said that we only use 10% of the capacity of our brain activity, but our mind is constantly working because oftentimes our mind is confused with our brain. Now, it is found within the brain, but it's often confused with the brain. So just say it with me. My mind is not my brain, and my brain is not my mind. But they do work in conjunction because the brain is like the storage house of all the thoughts and memories, the visual things that we come in. The brain is required, what we hear, what we see, what we feel, all that is maintained within our nervous system, known as, and the main part of it is our brain. So today, when I talk about the mind is a terrible thing to waste, I want you to think about that your mind is already existing and is responding. So let me slow down and say this. So as you can see, we have, if you can imagine a circle, right? And outside are feelers that are our five senses. So our five senses bring in things that are going to open up our mind and let us see, feel, touch, taste, and hear certain stimuli within our environment. And based upon that, our conscious mind, which I say is here, our conscious mind is going to take it into those senses and they're going to say, what is this thing? What is it about? Why is it important? And do I need to keep it? Do I need to fear it? At that moment, it enters into our conscious mind. Our emotions and our subconscious mind immediately start going through all those billions and millions of files because we have about 10,000 thoughts within a minute or so. And so they're looking for to see if there's some place that's connected. If your emotion is that you're nervous about it, that you're fearful about it, your subconscious mind is just saying, hey, I got to find a place to file it and I got to connect it to something. And if you find something that's similar to that emotion, something similar to that ideology, something similar to that vision that they heard, what they heard, seen, felt, smelled, or tasted, it's going to pull up that file. And sometimes it's not so much that it's saying, yes, go for it. Your emotions or your egos are going to start saying, fight or flight. Do we fight or flight from this thing that is now coming into our consciousness? The subconscious mind is going to accept whatever emotion you feel. So, for instance, an opportunity presents itself for you to advance forward or closer to where you want to be. It could be a love relationship, it could be a business opportunity, it could be a career change. It could be a physical wellness challenge that you're going to give yourself. It could be a spiritual enlightenment journey that you're wanting to take. It could also be about improving your finances. But then something happens with that emotion, and you might begin to hear some things within your mind, or feel like you're afraid, or feel that you're feeling anxiety or overwhelmed, or maybe you become anxious and look forward to it. Either way, your subconscious mind is going to take on that energy, and it's going to plant it in the subconscious mind. So every time opportunities rise up, that's what's going to happen. I know this is a little heavier talk for the wonderment, but that's the beauty, that's the vastness. If you can imagine that the brain has all these many cells, and so does the mind, has many layers. It's a conscious and a subconscious component. So these emotions are there, and it's going to say, am I going to fight or flight when I have this opportunity, when I see this unit, when I see this woman talking and she's talking about things that may make me feel a little bit uncomfortable? Do I accept it, or do I run? Run could mean that you say no. Run could mean that you disconnect. Run could mean that you postpone it for a later time, right? And only listen for a few minutes to say that I was present. So these are the habits, beliefs, and actions that I talked about earlier that our company works with people for. Because until we can understand why we do what we do, it's difficult for us to move forward. Doesn't mean you won't have success at all. It's just mean that there is a continuum that happens within us that says, hey, it's time for a change. And then our body responds to that change, that emotional fight or flight. That's called the ego, right? And when that happens, that's going to tell you how you're going to move forward. If you've ever done something like that, if you found yourself wanting to take on a new opportunity, but you got nervous and you started hearing things such as this, this is not the right time for that. I don't have the money for it. My children are still too young. My husband just finished school. My wife just finished school. We're trying to buy a house. I don't have enough education. I'm unaware of what to do. Those are all examples of how your subconscious mind is using the observed and live experiences and information that you have from your past to come up and protect you. So it's either going to say, hey, that was fun last time. Let's go do it. Hey, I got a reward the last time I invested. That's why we have to know the wonderment of the mind. The mind is a powerful tool that can take you into magical places. The mind is also a place that can stop your action, your growth, and progression. So let's pause for a second and think about what that looks like. Is your mind going through the steps so, harshly and boom, 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 like I did? The answer is no. But what happens is your subconscious mind is always action. It's just absorbing everything. The thoughts that you have, the conversations that you say about yourself. Oh, I'm getting fat. I'm getting too big for these clothes don't fit anymore. Oh, I'm a failure because right now I'm not able to generate money in my business, or I got laid off because I wasn't the most productive person, or COVID is overwhelming my life. COVID is overwhelming my life. Social media is too much for me right now. Clients are not pulling their, like, whatever that is for you. My children are just unbearable. My spouse is unbearable. Those are all subconscious thoughts based upon other things that have nothing to do usually with the person or the situation you're experiencing. It's your subconscious mind coming up to embrace you. So this Wednesday Wonderment, I'm asking you to remember your mind is a terrible thing to waste. It is really designed for you to benefit from that. Now you might be asking, well, Marian, how do I limit and prevent these ideas, these subconscious thoughts from coming and forming these paradigms, or what I call a cellophane wall that I'm constantly up against? I can see it, but there's something stopping me. How do I do that? The way that you do that is you begin to set goals. You set a goal that is for yourself, and you make a decision and you commit to that decision to see that goal come to fruition. Too often, we are only saying, I see the problem, but not setting a counter goal. So the way the subconscious work, it's like a sponge. It's going to take in everything, just like we did from 0 to 5. We're going to absorb all the social norms. We're going to absorb everything about the language, the culture, the etiquette, everything we learn. Some of those things are just inherited. This isn't new information. This is just a new presentation of it. made by Marrian Efua. So this presentation is allowing you an opportunity to consider, how do I limit the prevalence of these paradigms, of this subconscious thoughts that are sabotaging me, that are slowing me down, that are preventing me from moving forward, from grabbing hope to the opportunities that are waiting for me. And that's exactly what I said. Your opportunities are waiting for you. They don't go anywhere. They're still sitting there. Someone else may have a similar reward when they match it, and it may be drive you crazy, like, oh my gosh, I thought about that too. Doesn't mean you shouldn't pursue it. It just means at this time there's something in your subconscious, in your beliefs, your habits, your practices, your conversations that are limiting you from taking the right action to acquire what's waiting for you. Even in this time such as this, the wonderment of your mind, the imagination, the power to conceive, believe, and implement. Again, not new. If you can conceive, if you can believe it, then you can conceive it. That's not new. That comes back from Think and Grow Rich and the Law of Attraction and Wallace Waddell and Napoleon Hill and all these countless other folks that have gone before us. Jim Rohn, all of them. But the commentary that we need to have right now is, are we going to commit to make goals and stay committed to them and put effort, honest effort and assignment of you, so that when things come into your consciousness, when you begin to see, feel, taste, hear opportunities, that you're willing to take the action steps to get them done. That when your senses, your emotions, and your fight or flight and your subconscious tries to counter that, how do you get rid of that? You have to have something there to replace it. Hey, I can't go after that money because I've never had that much money before, ever. Well, guess what? Everything you do for the first time took a step. It was the first time. You weren't aware what was going to happen, but you did it over and over again. And now you're walking and running. So the opportunity becomes now for you to supplant in your subconscious a counter thought. I'm too old. Nope. I still got a long way to go and a lot of wisdom. My years of experience will allow me to be successful. Hey, I've never had a quality relationship. Relationships and love, I'm always attracting positive individuals to have reciprocating and rewarding relationships. There's a difference. You have to plant that in your mind. It begins with more. And I'm going to say this. A lot of people talk about mantras. Mantras only work if you do them consistently and you apply an emotional attachment. Remember, I said it came in our conscious, our emotions and our subconscious mind began to filter out and see, how do we feel about that circumstance, that condition. So if you're going to make a mantra, if you're going to start a new thought process, then you got to apply the emotion to it. See yourself, visualize yourself, experience yourself in that greater parts of your new life. Because that's what it takes. It takes that so that you don't waste the mind. Because the mind can transcend your conditions. The mind can go past your circumstances. The mind can become innovative, and the imagination and the innovation that exists within your mind is so expansive that it can't be enumerated. This is not a feel-good moment. This is action. How do I know? Because the moment I began to stop worrying about what conditions I had and started focusing on what I want to be in my conditions, we can see it. And it's been proven over and over again with other people, not just me. My clients can tell you the same thing. The mindset is essential if you are truly going to expand and explore the higher parts of who you are and your great contribution to this place. It's not too late. You haven't missed the bus. The mark is still waiting for you to get there. The people that were waiting for you to open up shop, write the book, sing a song, dance, or just say hello are still waiting for you. But you have to reprogram. You've heard that. Retrain your brain, reprogram, reassess, rethink. This isn't a new process. Some of you think this is new. I've been doing this for over 12 years now. This is a new opportunity for you to grow. This circumstance we're in globally of COVID-19 is only a stimuli that we must control how our subconscious perceives it. This COVID cannot be seen as a limitation to the power that exists within your mind. Final thought. You have what you believe, say, and practice. Your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions, your beliefs, they all are going to contribute to how well you move up into that next level of implementation. This has been your Wednesday Wonderment. Remember, the mind is a terrible thing to waste, but an awesome thing to let loose. Allow your imagination and the innovation and the ingenuity that you have within you to transform your conditions and circumstances, to alleviate the confusion and the doubt and the worry. I spoke yesterday and I talked about, in the Wizard of Oz, they go lions and tigers and bears, oh my, but some of us are focused on fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Fear can be a powerful motivator. Doubt is a distraction, and uncertainty, we just have to begin to explore it to make it certain. Thanks for joining me here for the Wednesday Wonderment. I am Marrian Sister Efua of Exponential Existence. We'll see you again real soon. And don't forget to go to our website at exponentialexistence.com and pick up your copy of the full-length video and audio that is going to allow you the opportunity to get a greater understanding. You will also be able to request a 30-minute strategy session with me to further explore how I can support you in implementing your wonderment of your mind. Until next time, peace and blessings.